Yes. Come on. Oh my God, we are live. It's electrifying here at Cactus HQ. Gino, it's the Breaking Entering Show, live from Denver at Cactus. How are you feeling?
I'm nervous. We got a live crowd in
look
here
at
today.
this.
It's the first time.
If Ali's going to try and show the crowd at some point, I mean, it's absolutely electrifying. We live in a different universe right now. I got my Mac laptop going, but I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Denver, what a place.
Look at the
crowd. Come on. I mean, this
Showing up strong today. What a
Gino.
beautiful building too.
IRL is the new URL, Gino, and it's never been on more display. Shout out to Tatari. Shout out to Tatari, all of you, presenting sponsor of the Breaking Entering live show. That's how you do an ad read. But top story I saw today, Gino.
What'd you see, Jack?
The Lakers, $12 billion. $12 billion were just sold. You talk about brand building. The Los Angeles Lakers, one of the great brands of all time.
And you look at the person, one of the lead investors in it, Bob Iger.
Disney. ESPN.
Talk about live experiences, creating something magical. Showtime Lakers. We'll see what he could do there.
Conspiracy. What would you do with $12 billion?
Oh, I have no clue. Start a B2B marketing media company.
That's right, Gino. So would I. I would buy out a few movie theaters. All of the movie theaters would play Minions on all the movies the whole time. That's what I would do.
Play the Minions movie.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got a good guest lineup as well if we want to pull that up. Of course, we're starting off with Chris Shewmake, VP Media and Digital at Cactus. The hometown crowd is going to love that.
Yes.
Chris is going to be joining the show, talking about media, all those good things. And then Nick Miaritis. Nick Miaritis is the new Chief Brand Officer at ScottsMiracle-Gro.
That's right, Jack.
More notably, has like 300,000 followers for his omelet flipping account.
Is it good?
On Instagram. It's fucking money.
You know, the Denver omelet is a pretty popular omelet here.
That's right. That's good. And then who's last, Gino?
And last up, we got Brian Canning, CMO of Hertz. They got something going on with Kirk Herbstreit and the Golden Retriever dog that's going to be kicking off here soon. So
yeah, you know, it just makes sense. Hertz Street, Gino. I mean, this is one of those things that as a CMO, it's just dropped into your lap. It's done by Preacher, of course. We're going to talk with Brian. He's a fan of the program, by the way.
Love that.
We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it for sure. Our top story, first story, Kate Spade, New York, Gino. What do you like about this one? Did you have a chance to watch it? Because this new ad from Kate Spade is, even for someone like me who's not in the handbag market, I can appreciate a good video.
Yeah, absolutely, Jack. Watch this myself here before the show, did some homework on it. You know, it's playful. It's got the influencer celebrity combo. I'm going to be real with you, Jack. Maybe I'm out of touch. I don't know some of these people.
I know, and you know, I watched this over the shoulder of producer Ellie. I was very much.
How was she reacting?
Oh, she like saw someone, she freaked out. I thought it was just like an extra.
Oh yeah,
and she's like, oh, this is so her. This is classic.
You know,
so yeah,
maybe we're not the target audience for Kate Spade.
Maybe. I mean, they're promoting the handbag. They kind of look like fruit. They almost like a little like pineapple color in some of the handbags. So it looks great, and the comments are loving it. I mean, 190,000 likes in one day is pretty impressive. And you got Tyla, one of these what I would put in the pantheon of it people. You know, like an it person where you're just like, yeah, this person's legit. They're just sick as fuck.
Yeah, I saw a comment too. It's like, this is what happens like when you put real humans and creativity together, you get an ad like this and people liked it.
Yeah, you got Kareem, you got Subway Takes Kareem, you bring it, it's this weird multiverse of your traditional celebrities that are musicians, artists, maybe like known for TV, and then you mix it in with like these influencer creator.
Yep.
Like Kareem is now just like a talk show host pretty much.
Yep.
But starting native to social. And it's kind of, it's a good, I think it's smart because you want to have a good mix of mainstream, everyone will recognize this person who's leading, and then some Easter eggs to keep people engaged. Because you're like, I want to see who pops up next.
I'll tell you what, Jack, we just saw this same playbook with Gap. Putting those influencers, those creators in the actual commercial itself. And now you're seeing on their own social channels, all the influencers are posting about it as well. We saw some out of home in New York City too about this Gap campaign. So
I know, that's why
it's the playbook right now.
It is the playbook. You have to like, it's the new just, you know, tack on A-list celebrity for the Super Bowl. Now it's like every campaign, because you get the distribution of having all the celebrities and all the talent, and they're an audience, they're going to love it no matter what.
They got to put you in a spot, Jack.
I don't know if that would be the smartest move. I don't know how I would. I feel like you go on set with this like all-star cast, the competition couldn't be higher. I mean, you talk about just energy on set. Little known fact, they didn't film it in New York, but it's a set that's in New York.
Okay.
Which is the only, I will be downgrading it. It's LA. Yeah, it was done in LA, but it's set in New York.
You think about the permits.
How hard is it to get a permit these days from the live crowd?
Is it tough?
Just a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Yeah, just terrible. Even in Denver, and you can imagine, Gino.
Yeah.
The red tape dealing with that.
Next story.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
What do we got here? This Aura Ring. Aura Ring is back in action here. It looks like they have some new brand partners, some athlete partnerships here. Coco Gauff and Taylor Fritz. Right ahead. What's coming up, Jack?
It's the U.S. Open. The U.S. Open's right around the corner. Aura, Doug Sweeney. Doug the Thug Sweeney, CMO at Aura. He's thinking ahead here. We talked to them recently. Aura just kind of showing up early and often. And you get two people that you're taking a bet here. Can we see Coco win? Can we see Taylor Fritz win? Two contenders in the U.S. Open. You're hoping they go deep if you're Aura. And I think it makes sense. You're just trying to find athletes that have already used the product that will use the product and be on screen with it. One thing I noted in the Variety article is that Coco doesn't wear the Aura Ring when she plays, but she's thinking about it.
Okay. I would hope that... I would hope she's wearing it when she plays.
No, not on when she plays in a match.
Yeah, she doesn't wear it?
She does not wear it.
I feel like
she's thinking about it.
She should wear it.
Well, if I'm Doug the Thug Sweeney, CMO of Aura, I'm in her ear.
That's a line
that's
item.
That would be a great line item. That should be in the contract.
Yeah, unless it kind of messes up your backhand.
I was thinking about that. This is why I'm not going to get married anytime soon.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Because if I am trying to, play sports, if I'm trying to toss the ball around, the last thing I need is the revolutions of the football to get interrupted by the ring finger.
Yeah, Jack, known...
Because I'm a lefty.
Yeah, you're a lefty.
That's a little known fact. I feel like
you have plenty of time to just throw the ball around, plenty of friends in New York.
That's right, yeah. Uncle Rico.
That's right.
And here Ellie's going to toss in the Aura Ring. This is like very much Lord of the Rings.
No, it doesn't change color, or is that the mood ring?
That would be a mood ring, is what you're thinking of. Ellie, what's your thoughts on the product? Do you like it? Yeah. Ellie's obsessed with it.
Last thing I'll say about this story here. Previously, it was more of a consumer marketing. Anybody can get the Aura Ring. It's good for even more senior folks should wear it. So now this next iteration, a little bit more of a Nike-esque playbook, get that association with those great athletes here. So if they win big at the U.S. Open, that's another big win for Aura.
You had your last thing. I'm going to give my last thing on this one now. I think about who's Aura's main competitor. I would say Whoop. Whoop.
I got the Google Fitbit on myself now.
And Jack. How much does that cost?
It's $100.
That's $100 for a Google Fitbit. But I think about Whoop. I think of Aura, these two, the two main brands that are competing. And recently, Whoop signing with PSG. So the team, the football club.
Yeah, they're good.
And then the PGA tournament, extending that partnership. So you're seeing Whoop go league team route, and then like you said, kind of Nike route with Aura, where you're going on the athletes. You're going for the individuals. So we'll see how it plays out, but nothing gets us going like a good wearable marketing battle.
Do yourself a favor, check out Casio's little mini ring.
Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do.
We'll be talking about this after the show.
Twitch has a new CMO.
Twitch does
Did you
have
know
a
that?
Yes, it's Christine
Did you hear about that?
Ex Pinterest, Reddit, Google, Shopify.
Oh my God, that is
to be a CMO
who's who.
Twitch.
Yeah, and now I saw in the article, shout out to Mark Stenberg here with the scoop at Adweek, talking about building communities for 2 decades. Now you come over to Twitch. Twitch, super interesting.
Yeah,
potential. There
because it was built on the gaming audience, and I've never kind of went on it before, but that's when I assume the brand is all about gaming.
Yeah.
But now Christine has this challenge here. How do we keep the gaming audience, but also expand to other categories too?
I know
you don't want to lose your core.
No, and you don't want to. I feel for this position. I think it's not the worst problem to have because you have such a tight knit core audience, but you want to kind of shed a little bit of the reputation of just being for gaming, and especially now I know Kick is a main competitor for the live streaming game.
I dug into the difference.
Let's go, all you.
Because Kick is a competitor. Twitch is the established one, owned by Amazon. It's been around. It's got the larger audience. It's got that credibility. it's got Twitch has more regulations, more guidelines, so you can't be absolutely absurd on it, necessarily speaking. Where Kick is the opposite. It seems like it's newer. It doesn't have that gaming perception, and also the creators get a larger revenue split too.
They got Clavicular. Clavicular kind of put Kick on the map, and I think like in the long run, I don't know if we'll be looking back being like, like what a great way for them to build the brand. Because now it's like, I would rather be associated with being like a gamer first, like that audience, as opposed to like potentially one of the most polarizing and like craziest figures.
Kick to me is X. Your Twitter, your X, what it is today.
How do we like what we think about that take from the crowd? Just instant reaction. Just you guys getting some maybes.
Yeah, they loved it.
They did not like it. It was a resounding thumbs down from the entire crowd.
We'll see how brands integrate into these live shows as well, as they're gonna get more people.
You know who is integrating into this live show? It's Tatari. Shout out to Tatari. We're going to do a quick ad read right now. The people, live audience, are going to love this.
Yes.
Gino, get us going with Tatari.
If you're an agency, you probably had this conversation. Your client's maxed out on paid social and search, and they're asking what's next. For a lot of brands, the answer is TV. But whether your agency is new to TV or already buying CTV, building a complete offering can mean adding more partners, more platforms, and more reporting complexity. Tatari gives agencies a simpler way in. Whether you want full service control or a more hands-on partnership where Tatari's team runs point, you plan, buy, and measure linear TV, streaming, and online video in one platform without handing off the client relationship or building a large specialized TV.
Now listen to this part here, because you keep the client relationship, create new revenue opportunities, and give clients another scalable channel when their existing media mix starts to plateau. Tatari buys directly from publishers. More of the budget goes towards media instead of unnecessary ad tech fees. I think we all can get behind that. Today, more than 400 plus brands and agencies trust Tatari to plan, buy, and measure TV. DAC was a full funnel media agency that brought linear and streaming together, unlocked more, doubled growth for the agency. So when a client asks, what should we do next? You have a stronger answer. Go check out Tatari. Thank you, Tatari, for making this all possible.
Thank you, Tatari.
Gino, Spotify is now labeling AI artists.
Yes, they are, Jack. Yes, they are.
So I know what you're doing. When we're at our apartment, you're in your bedroom and you're creating these AI artists and trying to get millions of streams on your AI musicians. It will now be labeled. You can't fool anyone anymore.
Yep. You have the choice to self-disclose this. So if I'm building an AI artist, I could say this is AI, and if you don't, Spotify will find you.
And they will
and they will mark it.
They will mark
and they
it.
won't feed it into the algorithm as well. So they want to promote the human-based, human-made music.
I mean, the worst thing that happened to me the last 2 months was getting like fed artists and a song that I was kind of like, I kind of like this artist, and then going and finding out that it was an AI bot, and I almost like it was. I like dropped my phone. I dropped my phone, and I like had to go for a walk, and then I had to like cleanse myself.
Why?
Because it's like I don't.
Do you feel like you got bamboozled?
Yes, I did. I did feel like I got bamboozled. I feel like I got manipulated.
But did you like what you heard?
I did, but then I'm like, I don't have any interest in being like, I'm gonna put this on my playlist because I care. I do care about who made it. I care about the artist. I care about how it gets made. And I think that if people like for a long time, if anything, there's anything good that's come out of like AI and like creative and all that, it's that people care. You realize that people care more than you ever thought they did about where and who and how something gets made.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But like, wouldn't the argument be if you like what you're hearing and it doesn't really matter how it's made or what you're seeing or anything like that?
That's like it's the distinction between your like viral short form conversation, like we gotta get a quick hit that goes viral, rage bait, whatever, versus like long term, can you build like fans and community around something? I think you could have plenty of success. Like I see it all the time. I think like EDM music is a good example of, because I mean it's all made on like a computer. It's like someone using their Mac. I mean, I watched the John Summit tutorials. We all went through that phase.
Yeah,
we all thought. I thought I was gonna be a DJ for about 36 hours.
Oh, really? I didn't know that about you.
It was that was after the AI thing. I saw the AI thing and I was like, I need to get in the game. But I think like inevitably everyone will come back but it's interesting that we did live in a period where it was the case where you could get bamboozled.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Spotify's doing a good job right now. I think like building their brand up, trying to put the actual human creators first here. I don't know what Apple Music is doing, if we have any Apple Music fans in here, but
Who is there? Yeah, we have a few Apple Music people. One person was particularly excited to raise his hand about Apple Music.
I just can't imagine the Apple Music folks when it comes to Spotify
Would
rap
you like
season.
to come here? Would you mind coming up real quick? Okay. All right. Well, hey, I tried. There is. Wait, what were you saying? Sorry.
I mean, it's just like, how do the Apple Music people feel when the Spotify Wrapped season comes?
What? Oh, they've got replay. They've got
replay.
Apple Music is replay.
I mean, couldn't Apple just like take Spotify off the App Store?
Gino, hey, whoa!
I don't know.
That feels a little. I wish the audience could hear when I do the sound effects. I just tossed down a couple sound effects there when Gino said that. Yeah. No, they can't do that. They can't do that.
No, they can't do that.
But Spotify, we talked about it, been mogging Apple Music, I feel like.
They've been mogging.
In the marketing realm. But you think about all the platforms, it's like the domino effect started real quick after Substack announced their partnership with Pangram around it can tell you how much something was written by AI on Substack. I feel like immediately right after that, we got the LinkedIn seems like AI slot thing, and now we've got the Spotify labeling AI artists. It feels like all the platforms are just like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this now.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a stand a little bit.
I can only imagine what the college students have to go through with their AI checking systems now.
That's the thing too. I think yesterday Claude announced that they're gonna put like an invisible watermark on something when you're copy and pasting. I actually don't know how it works, but something where like you'll now be able to know when someone copies and pastes AI copy from Claude.
Oh.
So if you're a college student, I'm sorry, but now you actually have to go to school.
You got to
like the rest of us.
Got to go to class.
You got to go to class, or find a friend and pay them for their answers. That's what I've always said, Gino.
That's smart, Jeff.
Next thing I wanted to talk about before we bring in our very special guest, Gino. I'm kind of interested in this new Google Pixel phone campaign.
Yes, this is interesting here. I think it kind of goes into like, if we can show it to this trend of like getting off your phone.
Yep.
We've seen people, what was the other one? Like we're seeing Pinterest is like, this is the app to get you inspired to get off your phone.
There's a whole product called Brick that
our employees at Break Entering Media are not allowed to have a brick. We need to be on our phones. That's right. Screen time is checked. At least 10 hours a day is important.
We were at this event, and there was like a guy, someone doing sales for Brick, just handing them out to everyone. I slapped it. Yeah, I slapped it out of his hand. I said, Ellie, don't even look at that.
Yeah, you cannot be on the brick.
I think it's like minimum 10 plus hours screen time per day is kind of like the bar that I would like to establish right now.
And the Google Pixel 11 Pro, this spot here, I think there's going to be other spots as well.
Do we think that maybe there could be another name?
The Google Pixel 11 Pro is telling people you don't have to check your phone so much.
So I feel like we've seen a lot of different ways of interpreting how crazy notifications are in commercials and ads. And I think that they did a really good job. I think this one was particularly good. It's like, because it puts you in the situation of you're having a conversation, a real life moment with a friend, and the last thing you want, obviously, is to get all these notifications and like keep checking your phone. It's very rude. I do it anyways because
I just can't. Do you check your phone on a date?
I don't want to go down that road, but no, I don't, and it's terrible.
I think a true friendship is that you're sitting with your buddy on the couch and you're both scrolling reels and you're not talking, and you'll send the reels to him, and you'll laugh emoji at it, and you never talk in person.
I like when we do this, and I send you it, and you react laughing on the phone, but you don't laugh. No, I'm right next to you.
No, I'm not laughing out loud.
Is it appropriate? Is it appropriate as a grown man to laugh out loud? No. Because I don't know if it is.
I don't know either.
All right, we're gonna move on with the show. Our first guest, Gino, it's the hometown hero. It's Chris Shewmake, VP of Media and Digital at Cactus here. We're gonna bring him in, showing a little bit of, a sizzle reel. And Chris, come on down. Let's go.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming. to check us out.
Totally excited
This is
to learn
great.
more.
Let's just give me some. If you guys want to just put on
Oh,
hands
yeah,
on
let's
real
go.
quick.
Stack them. Stack hands.
All right. Stack on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stack.
All right.
Stack this. Was what I was
Stack
gonna go
this.
with for a
Are you
second.
rocking an Aura ring?
No Aura ring. No Aura ring.
Is that a-
This
is
is a
that a-
real wedding ring.
Must be nice.
Am married. Yeah.
What are
How
your
do you- how
thoughts
does
when
one
you
do
throw a
that?
football? Do you feel like, well, if you're righty or lefty, I guess.
You know, throwing a football is not a good skill for me in the first place.
Okay.
I'm a little more of like a stick and puck kind of guy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense for Denver.
Yeah, a little more. high.
Because you were telling us off camera. We had an
Off-camera moment.
off
We
the
did.
record conversation.
Yeah,
that
off the
I will-
record, don't
that I
off
will
the
now be putting on the record.
Great.
About you're from Denver.
From Denver. Grew
Yeah.
up in Denver. Yeah. Grew up in Denver. Went to school at Boulder. Go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
A lot of
Go
good
Buffs.
ad people from Boulder, so that's good. Yeah. And then I've lived here most of my life. I'm currently living in this tree, which
That's it. I mean, you
slide
talk
a
about,
little bit away
you
from.
talk about nature in Denver.
Nature.
It felt like it might make sense. Let's
Yeah.
let's get you in this tree.
That's right. I feel at home.
Absolutely.
Feel at home.
Fun fact alert. I think we're in the spot right now where the original, the first episode of it's not Spotify. South Park was made right here. South Park was made in this corner. Is that correct?
That is true. Yeah, the very first episode of South Park concepted by the guys right here in this spot. So
History.
that gives us a little bit of creative energy. I mean, South Park is everything you see in South Park is exactly what Colorado is like. Okay, it's all perfectly true to a T.
Yeah.
We live it every day, so we gotta be around that energy here. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I mean, it's got to be great. I mean, let's talk about it. For the people back home. Can we get a little bit of a background? Like, what are you working on? What do you do here at Cactus? Talk about the agency itself.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Cactus, we're a full service creative agency. We're independent. We're based here in Denver, Colorado. We've been around since 1990, so been around a long time. Founded on this idea that small agency creativity can solve some of the world's biggest problems. And that mission, that goal is really something that we've lived out kind of every day of our existence. We've been really focused on, of course, helping clients and brands solve the business challenge in front of them, but also taking on some big, hairy issues out in the world and in society. And so we've put a lot of energy into doing work that really has a lot of meaning behind it, whether it's for our client partners or for causes out there in the world.
I'll tell you what, this is like the golden era right now for the independent agency. I feel like there's so much opportunity that we'll get into, but we're seeing all the mergers and acquisitions and stuff going on with the big holdcos. And we're seeing a lot of these independent agencies thrive now. So how's the office? How are the vibes here?
Yeah, vibes are awesome. I mean, vibes are great. We're having a really great couple of years. We've been on an awesome growth run here at Cactus, which has been amazing. We're lucky to get to work with some amazing client partners that let us, put our talents to the test on a daily basis. And I think you're right. I think that the time of being an independent agency, it's never been better.
Absolutely.
I think right now we're really seeing that some of the world's biggest ideas, category-changing ideas, can come from small independent shops like us here at Cactus.
Are you seeing? Is there any through line with the growth? Like, is there something that clients keep coming back to, or is there a specific segment that continues?
That's
to
a good
grow?
question. Yeah, I mean, for us, really, we are finding that we're best suited and working really well with clients that want integrated services.
Okay.
So we really focus on a few key verticals. We work across lots of different categories, but a few key verticals, and within those verticals, health and wellness, financial services. We do a lot in the lottery space. So clients that are kind of regional in nature, we do amazing work for them with full integrated solutions. So media, strategy, creative, all working together simultaneously. It's kind of our sweet spot.
Is there anything that's happened, is the broader changes I'm wondering about that have now either enabled a smaller agency to be able to provide an integrated solution, and then on the flip side, why do brands want that integrated solution now?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start with that part. I mean, I think, what we see is that our clients really want ideas from an agency that are, powerful creative ideas, but ideas that can be deployed across their whole brand ecosystem. So they want one partner that can help them think through the kind of all of their touch points and the totality of what they're doing. And bringing strategy, media, and creative together under one roof lets us definitely best do that, right? We're thinking about the distribution of an idea or how an idea goes to market right from the very beginning of that creative process.
Yep.
Media and creative and strategy working together in the room from the very beginning of the process. I think that just gives clients better outcomes, better opportunities to bring ideas across more of what they do. And ultimately for the kind of clients that we service, they want, solutions that are thought through and ready to go to market and ready to go to market with speed. And so we're able to do that more effectively by kind of owning all of it.
Do you have maybe something like a recent campaign that kind of like symbolizes all of this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think one of the maybe campaigns I'm most proud of most recently is we've been working with Wings Credit Union. So Wings Credit Union is, they have just recently become a merged organization. So previously it was Ent Credit Union here in Colorado, and it was Wings Credit Union in Minnesota, as well as some other surrounding states. And we have helped them kind of merge those two really well-respected, well-loved credit unions. You talk about like not alienating your core. These guys have these core members that have been with them forever that love both of these brands for who those brands were. We've had to work to, unify those brands into one kind of singular voice, one singular brand and value proposition that works across the different markets, and do it in a way that really lost no momentum. So how do we like retain these members? How do we drive new membership growth with this exciting news about this merged organization, but do it in a way that's really true to who these brands were and who these brands are going to become? So bringing those things together, again, creative and media working together, we've been able to really effectively do that. That was a hard, complicated.
Oh my God, that sounds
hard, complicated.
that sounds awful. I was going to say
tough.
So the
Too tough
thing,
for
that
us.
sound. I mean, and so you all working on that. That almost when you said that situation, I'm like, all right, let's bring in the consultants. Let's get the change management. Let's get the suits on this one.
Yeah.
Let's let's disregard.
Yeah.
Everything about our customers and just make sure we can just pound through this merger.
Yeah.
So I'm because that sounds like it sounds like what you're doing is bigger than just making ads, bigger than
Absolutely.
just like,
Absolutely.
making the logo look better.
Yeah. So, I mean, so much of that work in particular, when we're like bringing together two organizations like that, started from the inside of the organization.
Right.
Working with like employees, working with the members, understanding, what do they love about each of these credit unions, and how can we bring that to more people out in the world in a way that, retains those folks, keeps employees energized. I mean, merger's a scary situation for employees, right? So we started inside and kind of worked our way out from there. So we acted as a bit of that like change management partner with the client, really working as upstream as we can.
That's a good consulting term from back in the day. There's very few times when I get to bring up change management. But I'm glad it's in this scenario.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest change management guy, unfortunately.
I'm curious on the kind of like the state of media and digital today. Can you give us a high level education on it? Because we need some help with it.
I don't know shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys, I'm a fan of the show, I will say, but don't see a lot of media folks on here.
There it is. I mean, this is why we do it. This is why we do it in person.
Yeah, a little more media action in the room. All right.
Welcome to the show, Chris. It's great to have you.
Happy to be here. The state of media is very complicated, right? It's like there's so many, like the kind of barrier to entry into like really understanding media is tough. There's so many acronyms. We talk about like fragmentation happening. There's constant news of what's happening in the industry, platforms coming and going and changing and evolving. And so there's a lot to like stay on top of in the media world. I think, fundamentally, media hasn't really changed that much though, right? It's about really understanding who is the audience that we're focused on? Where does that audience spend their time? Where are the best places that we can reach and engage those audiences that help us really like stand out, help the brand really break through? And then ultimately, how do we work with the creative idea to make that idea as powerful as possible in a given media format? So those fundamentals haven't changed. The landscape is changing constantly. You got AI coming in, creating whole new media channels. You've got lots of people shifting in their consumption habits. That stuff is always changing, but the fundamentals of media have not really changed.
How do you and the team stay up to date on all this stuff that's happening? If it's changing daily and your clients are probably looking to you to be the ones that know all of this, how are you staying up to date?
I mean, we're watching Breaking and Entering.
Yeah,
that's one.
Yeah, that was a paid advertisement. Thank you very much. We'll be clipping that up immediately.
No, I mean it is really about like constantly staying on top of it. I mean we are always looking at the news and trying to track what changes. We have a few like really good resources. So there's outside parties like third-party research companies, the eMarketer.
Yeah.
We use tools like Resonate that allow us to look at like how is media consumption changing with our audiences that our clients are focused on in particular. So we can watch those things change. But ultimately, it's about just like being a student of the game kind of every day, understanding how these platforms shifting and then helping to keep our clients educated and engaged on those topics too, because they're dealing with a lot of shit. So, how can we help be that resource that's watching that constantly for them?
Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine what was the vibe when, TikTok got shut down for 48
yeah.
hours.
Oh
I mean,
my
what the
gosh.
hell do you do? What do you do? If you have ads running, is it like...
Yeah.
Because
write a
I remember
lot
where
of-
I was. I got like a notification. It was like the Amber Alert notification. Like my phone almost exploded. It was like TikTok is shut down via presidential order.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, you write a shitload of points of view. That's the first thing you do. A lot of
Well, you
emails
gotta
to clients. Here's what we're doing. Here's how we're reallocating out of this. But yeah, I mean, it's a good example. It's like that kind of stuff is changing, every day. I feel like as a media person now, you have to like be a little bit of like almost a lawyer to understand like what's
Totally.
happening with these platforms and policies. You got to be a digital person and understand, how does the back end of these systems work. You got to be a creative. Think about what's the best way to, bring work to these platforms. So yeah, the role of the media person has certainly like continued to evolve.
Yeah, I just think that it is fascinating because we were talking about it, but like we change what we post on each platform for social media just for our content.
Yeah.
And it's like there's things that are like, this is a LinkedIn
Yeah.
piece of content, this is an Instagram piece of content, this is a TikTok piece of content. And so when you're thinking about it, now you're broadening that to like, are you even thinking about this is a CTV like kind of way to look at it? This creative idea feels more social.
Yeah.
Is that part of the process too?
I think it really starts with, understanding the audience first and foremost,
Okay.
right? So when we talk about, CTV versus TV, it really fundamentally starts with like, where's the best place to engage this group, right? Where's the right place to get in front of them? That role that you're talking about right there, though, is a huge part of what a media team inside of a creative agency does. How can we work with the creatives from the very beginning to help them think about not just the idea and the kind of legs of the idea, but then how those can best be applied across the different platforms? So how can we be thinking kind of channel native right from the start,
Right.
and bringing in inspiration for what's working on those platforms? I mean, one of the values of having a media team inside the agency is that we know a lot about what's working and not working right now, right? We're so close to the actual performance data that like feeding that back into creatives, feeding that back into the creative process, as well as like how these platforms evolving and changing is a huge part of what we do, for sure.
Do you have like an underrated channel like that people might overlook?
Yeah. Well, I was going to hit you with a red light, green light, but
I
I'll
was
throw
gonna
one
say,
out right
should we
now.
transition
Should we-
into
yeah,
it?
we
Let's
do-
transition
Okay,
into it.
all right,
Let's
all right.
transition into it. It's red light, green light. For those that know, you do know. Of course, everyone knows red light, green light. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to give us your red light of something that's happening, and you're going to give a green light. I think that everyone can understand from there what the game is.
All right.
Okay. Would you
Why,
like to start with your
Matt?
red light or
You
green
getting
light?
upset over
Well, I
that?
just get a little when I have to explain myself. All right. Would you like to start with red light?
I'll start with the green light.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll start with the green light because it got asked. Underrated channel. I think, there's been some hype and conversation around this, but like Reddit. Reddit is the underrated channel. I think Reddit, is really an up and coming platform, and it's been around for a long time. But Reddit is evolving and changing in ways that make it so much more of a valuable platform for our clients across like every layer of the funnel. So as like an awareness and an engagement platform, it's always kind of been that. It's like a great place to go engage sub-communities, but they are building these like really sophisticated performance media components to that platform now. And we're seeing like awesome results from Reddit. So I would say Reddit, little underhyped, I think still.
Okay.
Lots of conversation about it, but I'd say underrated.
Yeah.
And we're seeing like more money move from like Meta, which is dominating, share of spend into platforms like Reddit.
So
Interesting.
what
Let's break this down.
Yeah, can we get behind the hood? Like, what are the things that people don't see? Because when you say Reddit to a marketer, you're immediately like, oh, I'll get audience insights and like I'll look into sub communities and see what people are saying. Is there something under the hood that maybe we don't see?
Valuable for that for sure, but I would say that the newer ad products that they have rolled out somewhat recently are really powerful. So Reddit that has like kind of a Google Performance Max style ad now, which is all about like performance media. So, driving conversions, where I think you used to think about Reddit maybe a little higher in the funnel. But the data that Reddit has flowing through its platform of like people that are actively engaged in conversations using that to target really performance-oriented media is working incredibly well.
Oh man, it's good.
All right, I love it. Let's go to the red light.
My red light is I want to kill the TV is dead conversation.
Oh, nice. Let's talk about it. Let's go.
I want to kill the
Here we
TV is
go.
dead
Here we go.
conversation.
TV, like you're watching the living.
I'm talking about
I got
linear,
my on-demand
old-fashioned
Comcast.
television.
Get the box TV setup going.
Yeah. Look, man, if you guys follow the news, breaking it. I got a couple of creators here sitting next to me. Creator economy, getting a lot of conversation.
For sure. Like,
And
that's the
rightfully
best.
so.
That's the best.
Rightfully so. Totally get it. I feel like if we thought about, the role of TV relative to the amount of conversation that happens around it in the industry, you'd think it's like newspaper. But dude, TV works. TV is an incredibly valuable channel still. I just want to remind everybody, like linear TV is still the #1 most time spent channel.
There you go. And I do like this. I love this.
We need a reminder.
Because everyone, YouTube is the new TV.
YouTube is the new TV.
And listen, I will say, if there was a news channel that was like, hey, we would like to broadcast the Breaking and Entering show from this news channel, I would, in a heartbeat, obviously.
Of course.
Obviously, I'd be like, yeah, I want to be on TV.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's interesting. Do you think that like there's the shiny new object kind of thing, but do you find in conversations having to remind people? Because I still think that's a powerful stat.
Yeah, I mean, I think, there is a shiny object kind of feature to this industry, right? We're always like we spend a lot of time talking about innovation. We spend a lot of time talking about like where places and spaces we can create new competitive advantage for our brands. And that's all the right things to be exploring for sure. I think there's still so much like ground to be had with brands around doing some of those like fundamental things right. And I think television is still a really critical channel. So many people, so much time spent across demographics. Television now is a little bit different, where like we really should be thinking about television as a kind of converged media format. So streaming TV, OTT, throw YouTube in the mix, and what's happening through linear television as really kind of a unified channel. But man, there's still so much time spent on television. It gets you that like simultaneous scale. I think, the idea of thinking about television as an antiquated tactic is totally the wrong way to be thinking about it.
Can you apply like the 80-20 rule to something like this, where, I think we talk about with making our content, but it's like do 80% of the stuff that works and like go hard on that, and then save 20% for innovation, testing new things.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about like 70-20-10 here a little bit, so similar kind of framework, except we have another 10.
This is a rivalry. Let's get into it. What's
like
the 10?
70% is your tried and true.
Okay.
20% is opportunities that we see maybe working on other brands we haven't tried on this brand yet, opportunities we're seeing maybe the competitors playing with, or what we're kind of seeing evolving in the space. So it's not a like totally throw spaghetti at a wall, but it's like, hey, there seems to be good reason to test into this and maybe scale it into that 70%. The 10% is like wild flyer of an idea. Let's give it a shot. Yeah. Good chance it doesn't work out, but we're going to learn something from it.
Do you have one? Do you have one just in your holster right now, like a 10%er that you just busted out and we're this is moving to the 70% pile tomorrow?
I'm trying to think about
if there is anyone.
I mean, I think like influencers and creators were that for a while, for sure. Like we've had some brands that we've had to really kind of nurture into that space and start with a relatively small scale, just like demonstrate what these guys can do, and do it in ways that's like right for that brand. That's a big leap for a lot of brands to take that are maybe a little more conservative around that. I think now that's like part of the 70.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I guess it's kind of the 10% thing. You'll find out that it was a 10% thing in, a few years.
After the fact.
After the fact.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for joining the show. Incredible.
Thank you guys.
People love it. People in the chat, they said, love this combo and media perspective. What a great interview. That's from the chat.
All right.
So,
thanks to anybody in the crowd who said that.
That's right. Yeah. I was thinking about this. The rest of the show might not be the best in real life live viewing experience.
No. Yeah, if we can.
The issue is that the next 2 interviews are Zoom interviews, and so you will hear all of our amazing questions, but you will not hear what the person says. I just want everyone to be aware of that. Yes. But I mean, what an electric crowd.
Transparency there, Jack.
You talk about transparency, ad tech world. We need more transparency in those unnecessary ad tech fees. Thankfully, Tatari is there to take care of all of that, Gino.
That's right, Jack. And also, this show is brought to you by Tracksuit. It's one of our supporting sponsors here. Look, we all know this is an ad. Before your eyes and ears glaze over, answer one question. When's the last time your strategy was based on current data? Most brand tracking runs on last year's numbers. Tracksuit doesn't. It's continuous brand health data. That's awareness, consideration, perception. It's updated every month, so you're never bringing a stagnant stagnant deck to a live conversation. Think of it as your GPS,
Got it.
not your rear view mirror, because we actually uninstalled our rear view
That's
mirrors
right.
in our cars, Jack.
That's right.
It shows you exactly where you stand before you make your next move. Tracksuit, up and running in 30 days. Go check it out at gotracksuit.com.
Gino, our next guest is a legend. Nick Miaritis spent a lot of time at Vayner, and now he is the chief brand officer at ScottsMiracle-Gro. Announced that last month. I think we accidentally broke that news. So
Good.
excited about the chance to talk with him about. I think ScottsMiracle-Gro is a brand that you felt like they were making some moves.
Yeah.
Even leading up to it, I thought that there was some cool stuff coming from ScottsMiracle-Gro. I think that Nick probably thought the same thing. He's a legend in the industry.
He worked on the account, I believe, at Vayner. Is that true?
Oh, we'll ask him.
I'm pretty damn sure.
Can we bring in Nick? He's not ready yet? We'll
He's
talk
not ready
for a
yet.
little bit.
And you know what? I had a little conversation before we started recording here. Miracle-Gro. I feel like it's like synonymous with like the Band-Aids and the Kleenexes, where it's ubiquitous and people are asking for fertilizer, they're automatically going to say Miracle-Gro. They own the category. So to hire somebody like Nick to expand the brand to go into a lifestyle brand, I think is very interesting, because I feel like they could just chill on the Miracle-Gro. Like everybody's going to buy it regardless, but they want more. They're going to be pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, how do you get more people to keep coming back to Miracle-Gro? It's also like an interesting sales cycle, because it's all seasonal.
I'm going to ask him.
Now you start thinking, let's go Southern Hemisphere.
Southern Hemisphere?
There you go. I can hear him. Let's bring him in. Nick Miaritis. Let's bring him in. Nick, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I mean, I'm ecstatic with your backdrop right now. You know, you got some plants back there. I don't see any Miracle-Gro plant food though.
You can't do a product placement 10 seconds into the interview.
You know, what happened? No, I mean, but that is a proper background, fellas. Really nice work.
Nick, well, appreciate you. Of course, I think it makes sense. We're doing the show at the agency Cactus, of course. So you think about ScottsMiracle-Gro also in the vegetation game.
Yes.
So it makes a lot of sense. But Nick, I want to do our first pitch to you for the brand.
Hit me.
Gino and I were just talking about it. I think you heard us. But because ScottsMiracle-Gro, it's seasonal, of course. People are using it, has seasonality to the business. Have we considered during the winter in the Northern Hemisphere, maybe we go to the Southern Hemisphere and go hard down there with marketing?
I would say we're focused on North America right now.
Okay.
But again, no bad ideas in a brainstorm.
Right. Yeah.
But it's seasonal-ish, and believe it or not, like especially in plants, in our controls business, like rodents, you know, the things you don't want in your house, it's getting more 365. But again, I'm here for it. If you've got like, you know, a working business plan, send it to me and I'll happily steal it from you all.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we'll make that.
Yeah,
We'll just put it in the
that's
chat,
beautiful. That's what it's all
ChatGPT or
about.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw it in the chat.
Well, let's talk about it. I mean, Nick, this has got to be exciting for you. So you're now the chief brand officer.
First chief brand officer, I believe.
So what got you excited about this role?
Well, winding it back to 2018, I had the awesome privilege of Gary and I meeting the team here at SMG. We became the agency in 2018. And so I fell in love with the team. I'm out here in Marysville right now. Like, you haven't been out to Marysville. Like, it's just epic lawns and greenery, like as far as the eye can see. So it's pretty like enchanting of a backdrop. And the category is just phenomenal. I don't know if you all do anything in like the world of lawns, gardens, anything like that, but it's exploding. It's a lifestyle. Like, the more you get into it, the more you're like, damn, I just spent my weekend, you know, out back, and that felt good, rather than sitting watching, you know, TV all weekend and streaming stuff. And so after being the agency, I had the privilege of joining the board. So for a couple of years, I saw from that vantage point. And then with everything our CEO, Nate Baxter, and the team are doing, we call it SMG 2.0, it just seemed like a golden opportunity to get, pun intended, like hands fully in the dirt, where I was kind of having FOMO after every board meeting, being like, this is really fun. There's a lot going on here. I think it's like really hitting as a cultural thing now across generations, old and young, male and female. It's pretty cool time to be doing this. And so took the leap and went over to the brand side, and have been really loving it the past 40 days.
No, I'm interested in hearing more about, I believe it's SMG 2.0 plan.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
The 2.0 plan. I want to hear about what was 1.0 and now what is 2.0 all about.
I would say like in the spirit of like where we're going versus where we've been around since 1868. So
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
1.0,
gosh. I guess
it's like
plants have been around for a long time.
yeah, like
Plants, yeah.
it's been around a while. We hope they stay for a while, but I would say that like most things, if you've had any CPG characters on the show, is I think this business is accelerating even faster than traditional CPG. Like I say, like we're not selling soap over here. Like we take care of living things and living spaces like the ones you're all in right there. And then those things kind of take care of you. Like this is my money tree that grows out in Mexico and Central America, by the way. This could grow to 60 feet tall. Like taking care of this every day, like, and the products that need to be designed, the time that you spend with it, it's a very high involvement category. And I think on the 2.0 side, it is really leaning into where the consumer's going. And so the obvious things are it's a lifestyle business, like, but this category and these brands haven't historically been known that way. They've been known more like CPG. It gets your turf builder, gets your lawn greener. Awesome. You talk about the benefits of lush tomatoes, things like CPG would do. I think what's happening at 2.0 is this really is a lifestyle, and it's not just emerging in a couple of cohorts, emerging all over the place. And by lifestyle, I think people are choosing to spend their life and identify as, I am a gardener. I'm someone who takes care of my lawn. It's what I talk about with friends. Like, if you are all golfers, you debrief and talk about golfing this weekend. There's a lot of people in my life now who literally are sending like DMs back and forth to each other of plants, like how's their growing going, the secrets that they're using, sharing those things. So I think it's in spirit, just like and in execution, rallying around where the consumer is going and reorienting our business there. Every function, from how we make it to what we make, and then obviously what I do is the consumer-facing marketing of it. Is how we show up is wildly different than I think how traditional CPGs like this company had grown the last 100 years.
Totally.
I mean, there's something
fun
about
shift.
it because my algorithm hits me with this all the time. But these guys, they're called the lawn tools on TikTok. These guys are it's unbelievable how much I watch this content of them. Like I've got it pulled up. But
What are
it's
they
like,
doing?
It's really just like guys that pull rocks out of the dirt. Like
Oh,
he digs
love
up
those videos.
rocks out of the
Yes.
dirt, and it's fascinating. And like and especially like I'm really interested to talk more about this, honestly, Nick, because for some reason I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah, I would say like it's so cool, and obviously you're seeing it there. And if you all just like, if you're out there listening, like just like and comment on a couple things in the plant or lawns world, and your algo will start to change right away, whether it's TikTok, Insta, YouTube. And what you'll see is like every element that draws you in and like is hooky in terms of virality, from ASMR to time lapse to all the things that people are drawn to, like this category does it really well. And that's why it becomes like a giant lifestyle category in social. Like when you look at the engagement rates on it, it's like traditional CPG is like a quarter of what this category is. Like this category, the only thing that's like a good comp for it is like automotive. Like every day there's 2 million pictures of a Mustang or a Tesla going on to social media.
Yeah.
That's what is actually happening every day. And the creativity about what you're seeing there is just awesome to see. And that's why it's like we just have to sprint to catch up to that wave and be relevant with all of that going on, and almost just empower more of that and get our brands, weaved in.
So where are we at in the 2.0 plan process?
I would say like the team here, again, I'm about 2 months in. So the team here has been cooking the last couple years. The building blocks are set. I think we've evolved all the things that, in the geeky marketing side of things is an amazing job by the team, just pivoting our media plan. They're like straight up, like, and again, you see this in CPG is if you audit from just a few years ago, I think we're 80% digital social first, 20% kind of legacy stuff that we do, which is also pretty smart at this point. I think the team is exploding, and I think like raising the bar on creative abundance. So I think this is a cool stat. I think a couple of years ago, we went from kind of 6 seasonal campaigns, like you're in and out. Here's Scotty on lawns. Here's this campaign that is kind of, traditional campaign strategy pushed through a lot of media touch points for a 12-week period to, I think the number was over like 16 or 17,000 individual pieces of creative just this season. And again, we operate in like hyper seasonality. And so I think the unlocks have been flexibility in the media plan, nothing being too firm there. And this boom, just like, wow, from Martha Stewart down to, who you just saw on TikTok is being relevant in the pipes of social. And how you do that and win today is the abundance of creative, two different cohorts, audiences based on the products or the things that we're talking about. So those two pivots are, monster, and we'll continue to raise the bar on that stuff the next couple of years. That's been a big unlock in the business.
So you kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I'd like to talk more about the brand enabling this kind of lifestyle versus like trying to inject itself into the content, because the content's already amazing. The amount of like people creating around this category is already fantastic. Like ScottsMiracle-Gro could never like get to the level of like what the virality and like these individual creators can do. So it's like do you think about that? Like, how do you make sure that Scotts is top of mind for people and like it's influencing buying decisions while also staying on the sidelines in a way and just kind of enabling the category to grow?
One of the coolest things is, and it's a blessing heavy, like on our shoulders now who inherit the business, is these are number one brands. You know what I mean? I don't know how you all have been involved with them in your lives, but I venture a guess to say you knew about Scotts and Miracle-Gro and our brands prior to this show, right? So from an awareness standpoint, you knew they existed. The coolest thing about this business and in this space is because of that awesome position, people we're kind of a magnet for people wanting to work with us. And I think because we have the flexibility to, as the category leaders in many ways, just give people kind of like, here's what we do and we bring to the party, and now do what you do. And if you check out, there's an awesome thing. I'll try and pull it up while we're here. We've been working with Craig Conover from Southern Charm.
Yeah,
Craig,
of course.
Bravo. But he did a phenomenal conversation with Martha Stewart, who is our chief gardening officer. Love Martha. She's been with us for a long time. She's the best. But, he created just out in the yard, like this thing right here.
Yeah.
Like, this is just him. Like, just Miracle-Gro. See if it works.
Yeah, that's great.
Working out. You know what I mean? Like the physical health benefits.
Lifestyle.
Right.
Always something healthy to do.
And so what you see is like whether it's him, Emma Lovewell we've worked with, like again, that's just in the physical health, and then there's also the mental health wellness space. People genuinely like to include our brands in what they're doing because it's so endemic. It's so like if your hands are in the dirt, you're using Miracle-Gro. So I think one way that creators stay authentic is using these products, which are the best products, which is what they're using anyways. And so we're kind of naturally integrated, whereas a lot of creators, when they're talking to brands, it's like, how do you shoehorn this brand into this thing that you do and keep it authentic? And so I think we've struck that balance of being like, we're just here to help enable your thing, and then you go and cook, versus us being like, take this and just talk about it for 30 seconds. Right. And so it's a privileged position to be in as a category because we are so well known.
And sometimes the parameters itself will help. So what are some things that ScottsMiracle-Gro will never do in this 2.0 plan?
Never do. It's a good one. I don't really have a running list of that, but I would say we're not looking to go to that place where we're making again, it starts with the products. We do what we do, and we're not we're kind of humble in what we do. I would say that that's a cool part of the culture of this company since 1868 is yes, we are number one, but I don't think we have that kind of superiority at all costs type of ethos. And I think that gives us kind of, again, a nice way to represent ourselves without, pushing too hard our brands and how awesome we are. So I'd say humility and the humbleness we have. And I think again, so I don't think we're out there, tearing everybody else down in the space. Yeah. I think we're trying to build up the category of lawn and garden, because the more people get engaged with it, even the more brands that get involved with it, the better it is for the whole. And because we're pretty big, we tend to win. So I think I've not really thought about that outside of the really obvious things you would never do that are just egregious. Of course, not that interesting of an answer, but I think that's a nuance that I think makes us special of who we are, is if you're about this, we're supportive of it. And so, that's kind of a thing we look to avoid, I guess, is overly, that bad side of that.
Totally. It kind of feels like it's a very different category, obviously, but like AB and Bev, their big push the last like 2 years has been get people to go to bars.
Yes.
Like get people.
Yeah, it's like
if people are
cheers, or
socializing.
however they say it, like
Yeah.
with them all those years. Like, it's like just be cool. You know what I mean? Like when you're the big dog, like don't be that thing that again people start to love to hate.
Yeah.
Because like you're just kind of rubbing people's faces in it the wrong way. So
Yeah. No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
a great brand.
Well, yeah.
Tell you what.
And listen, 2.0, Scott's Miracle-Gro 2.0. I'd be remiss if we didn't mention congrats on all the omelet success. Congrats on the omelet filming. Dude,
What's
brands,
the key to the omelet flip?
Yeah, can we get a
Do
quick
you use a non-stick spray? Like, what's your are you using butter? Like,
So
what's the key here?
the secret is you just have to commit to the flip. It's just a thing. It's like it's not the pan, it's not the butter, it's not the olive oil. Like it all works. Is if you just like look at it and say like no matter what, this is going to happen, and if it ends up on the floor, that's okay. It's when you're half committed that you're just like, it doesn't flip. There we go. That was a total F.
I mean, it's a perfect metaphor.
It's a perfect metaphor.
Perfect metaphor.
It's a perfect metaphor
You
for
gotta commit like anything. It's like don't have to it.
a great marketing campaign. It's scary sometimes, but you'd have to commit.
You got to commit, and then there's a flick of the wrist thing, which is
There's some natural talent involved.
Yeah, when you got some time, I can teach you the mechanics of the flick of the wrist. I probably wouldn't want to put that out publicly.
But mindset first.
No.
Trade secrets.
Yes,
so.
of course.
Mindset first, and then there's finesse things that can be taught.
Well,
You
there's
pay
also
for your course, of course.
Yeah, for that we will subscribe and please buy Nick's monthly coaching course on omelet flipping. If you use code BREAKING,
Yeah, you can get 10% off his mastermind cohort.
the link.
Only
Here's the
accepting
link.
5 omelet flippers.
Here.
Yeah.
Make sure you
It's not a bad
check.
idea. It's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
Well, Nick, thank you so much for joining the show. Really excited for you and the brand, and I think excited to see one of the next, whatever the next piece of the 17,000 pieces of content is going to be coming out.
Can you do the omu rice? Like that really tough.
Oh, dude, in the bag. Yeah, easy.
That's
it
like
looks. I mean, you got to practice, but it's not as hard as it looks.
Okay.
Not nearly as hard as it looks.
Yeah, the flip is way harder. Like,
okay.
you got
Of course.
gravity, you got forces on the eggs. It's very hard to predict.
Of course. Well, Nick, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
The best. I'll see you guys later.
That was
Ciao.
Nick Miaritis, the new Chief Brand Officer, first ever Chief Brand Officer of Scott's Miracle-Gro.
Scotty's.
God, that was fun. I like that conversation, Gino.
Scotty's Miracle-Gro.
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. That's
There's
a
something
campaign.
there. That's free.
Scotty doesn't know. Scott's Miracle-Gro. I like that. Our next guest, we also like this one. We're going to show the spot first before we bring in Brian Canning, CMO of Heinz. But they got a new campaign working with Kirk Herbstreit and Kirk Herbstreit's dog. The work was done by Preacher. And before I get into that,
Yes,
though,
Jack,
Gino, one
good.
thing. Hey, listen up.
Let's
I
go.
want to talk about IAB Creator Fronts. If you're in marketing, media buying, or anything creator economy, mark your calendars right now. This is free.
Free.
September 15th in New York City, IAB is running IAB Creator Fronts. It's the first upfront style event built entirely around creators. This is where brands, agencies, and the platforms actually driving commerce and culture right now show you the creator-led strategies they're running for the whole funnel.
Wow.
If you're making media investment decisions this year, it's the room to be in before those decisions get made. September 15th, New York City, IAB Creator Fronts. Go check it out. It's free. I got a personal text this morning from a prominent creator saying I am going
It's a big
to
deal.
go. I have to go.
we
I
gotta
will
go.
be there.
We gotta go.
First of its kind.
Gotta go.
IAB Creator Fronts. Let's now show the Hertz campaign with Kirk Herbstreit and his dog, and then we'll bring in Brian Canning, CMO of Hertz.
I'll tell you what, this NIL stuff has gotten a little out of hand. Now even Peter, my dog, got a deal with Hertz to join their Gold Squad. Apparently, they prefer having a dog analyze football games instead of a guy who's been doing this for over 30 years. Are you kidding me? I think this new deal's gone to Peter's head. Well, I guess this is Peter's fridge now. I mean, I love Peter, but... What are we doing? You're not even old enough to drive. Hey, Hertz, if you want my picks instead, just let me know.
Seriously, who has a dog predict football games?
college football season,
Oh, it's
and we
almost that
have
time.
Brian Canning. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys having me on. Doing well.
Of course.
I mean,
This is
where do
fun.
we start?
College football season coming up, Jack.
It's Hertz time. Gino also wants. Before we get started, there's something that I think Gino wants to say.
You know, I just want, I think about Hertz. I think about the 1960s, car ad, Bernbach, creative revolution. Of course, history here, that Avis campaign, #2, or Try Harder. I think it's a little overrated, so I wanted to give it Hertz some love there.
That's Avis's. The campaign's a little overrated, a little chalk.
I mean, your team hurts. I appreciate that. That's all I can really say.
I mean, like you're gonna call out, Jack's #1, so I'm gonna try harder. Like, that's just embarrassing.
It's just embarrassing. Brian,
We like #1. We like #1. And I loved watching you guys watch the spot. It doesn't get old watching people watch what you guys just did because your faces light up and it makes me happy.
It's exciting, and it's the campaign itself. Working with Preacher, this spot as well as the broader campaign. Can you lay it down for us? Let's hear it from you. What's going on right now?
Yes, absolutely. So first of all, huge shout out to Preacher. We absolutely love them. We do a phenomenal partnership with them. But ultimately, we launched the Hertz Gold Squad last year, right? And we launched in the peak of summer travel when it's hot, there's lots of lines, it's very crowded, all the things. And we wanted to just put something out there that gave people happiness, right? Joy. And it made travel in the summer less stressful because golden retrievers are less stressful, right? They bring happiness. And it really just exploded on us. People loved it. And the biggest thing is that, like, when customers talk to you, you should listen, right? And so we've just really, really expanded on the Gold Squad, and we've taken it to numerous new airports. It's now global. We just launched in Australia last week. And this is just the next iteration, right? It's taking something with college football fans. The season's about to start in a few weeks. People are thirsting for college football. And this was an opportunity that just fit, right? Peter, the golden retriever, is wildly popular. He travels all over the country every single week, fits with Hertz and what we want to do in terms of road trips. And we saw an opportunity, right, to do something interesting and really stand out. So that's ultimately what we're doing, where we launched with Kirk and Peter. And there's going to be a weekly social series where Peter picks the big game of the week every single week.
This is smart. That's
in
the part that I think is
unusual ways. There's balls, there's dog houses, there's dog treats, all sorts of different ways to get fan bases riled up and get them excited about traveling to their favorite team's games.
That part is the part that I was like, yes,
That's it.
That
the
is
recurrent
it.
social format.
Yes, this is how you do it. I'm so glad I can just appreciate the. It's a simple idea, but it works. Like, I find myself, I always watch those. People love watching. And then the best thing that can happen, of course, is that the dog goes on a heater.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can get, if Peter can go on a heater here, Peter's heater, I mean, that's
Peter's heater.
100%.
And so,
We're stealing that.
yeah. So why, like going this route, I guess, of course, you always start the idea and then like the execution, but I think that there's a temptation to do like a highly produced episodic social series with the dog every week. But you're going with this more simple format. Can we talk about that?
Yeah. So honestly, it's going to be organic every single week, right? Kirk is traveling with Peter, different college campuses. And so it's going to be an organic new feature every single time, right? And so it's like, whether it's going to be on campus, whether it's going to have special guest stars with players, with fans, all the different things. So the exciting part about this is, like, we just don't know what's going to be next. We have the general premise of Peter's going to make a pick. Where he's going to be each week is going to change. College game day and where Kirk is ultimately going to be calling the games each week isn't decided until a few weeks before. So it's going to be new and interesting every time. We've partnered with Kirk's sons who are doing a lot of the social media for us on the road. And they're going to make this phenomenal. So we're excited to see how this evolves.
Totally.
Oh my gosh, it's great.
Totally.
It's great.
And I guess, like, how is it working with the Preacher team on this? Like, the ideation process, working with the agency there. Can you speak more about that relationship?
I mean, Preacher's elite, guys. I mean, we signed them, last year after a pretty rigorous, kind of search, and we just fit with them. It's exciting. I recently joined Hertz in the last year and a half, and it's about working on a legacy brand that everybody knows, that's ultimately been through the ringer and is now on its way back up, is exciting. And Preacher's really embraced that. And we want to stand out in a category and really own it, right? And do things that are interesting and make you listen. Rental cars oftentimes can't be the sexiest topic, but we're doing it, right? Like we're making people pay attention and finding ways to integrate into what they're interested in, right? People are interested in golden retrievers and dogs. People are interested in college football. So how do we become a part of that in a way that makes sense with our brand and traveling and customer experience in the road trip? So the ideation process with Preacher is great. We bounce ideas off each other constantly. And we're lucky enough to have things like this come out of those sessions to really get behind.
Yeah, I mean, it helps that it's the marketing, the campaign. I feel like things are working. Like Hertz is in a good spot right now. I feel, earnings came out last week. Things are looking up and up. And
looking
so,
good?
What's up?
It's looking good?
Yeah, things are looking good.
Is this a finance corner?
No, I'm not. No financial advice. No, none of that. We're not going to go that route. But
let's go.
But for you, Brian, to see success early for the brand, how important is that? Like, kind of, driving on some building momentum within the brand. How much does it matter?
It's got to be everything.
It's crucial, guys. I mean, we had to have some quick wins, right?
Yep.
And when we launched the Gold Squad last summer, that was our first huge, big, quick win, right? And I had to go into my boss's office as a new employee here and say, hey, I want to release 30 golden retrievers in the Dallas airport. It's not exactly an easy ask, but the metrics and the numbers of what we're trying to drive, right? Which is loyalty acquisitions, which is called Gold Plus, by the way, in terms of just revenue and number of rentals and what we're trying to drive customers to our website. All of those numbers have gone up as we've launched these initiatives centered around the Gold Squad. And again, I think sometimes as marketers, we can overcomplicate things, but keeping it simple and listening when customers tell you that they like something and scaling it has really worked for us. And that's what we're going to continue to do, to put out content and in the places that make sense for us and really push the Hertz brand forward.
Yeah. I mean, it's you come into the brand and I feel like it's a position where, there's a lot that you can do. There's a lot of different directions that you can go. But kind of going down this route and then finding something that works and then doubling down on it. And now bringing it to football season, how do you build on it? Like, how do you keep the gravy train rolling?
Yeah, I think it's numerous ways. And sports and dogs, right, are very popular topics, right? And we just did something big with music and Rolling Stones' first ever festival, where we again brought the Gold Squad. We brought 25 dogs to their music festival that was, headlined by Noah Khan. And again, it's the unexpected. Yeah. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I've never been to a music festival where there's 25 golden retrievers in branded vests. And it was a hit. And to see people's reactions to the unexpected and then being able to scale that in social and digital is exciting. And it's exciting to see the reaction and that we're just going to keep building on it and doing unexpected things. We have a lot more planned in 2027 in terms of how do we bring the Gold Squad to just have more in real life moments that can then be capitalized on when they see our advertising, in digital spaces. So it's just going to keep growing. And again, we're listening to the feedback and just and doing the things that folks respond positively to.
Yeah, it seems like, and thinking about like how much of that is what they're responding positively to with the campaigns themselves, and then also like the actual customer feedback, like of the actual experience with the brand.
Yeah, so we're investing heavily in the customer experience. You mentioned our earnings call, and it's a big topic of conversation, right? Again, travel can be stressful
for sure,
and so we're putting the investment into the customer experience and making sure that it's smooth. And then our job as the marketing team, right, is to then communicate that's happening. And the Gold Squad is a way of a symbol of that customer experience, about going above and beyond, right? Like the extraordinary aspect of it. And so we're investing heavily in that, and it's paying off. Our NPS scores and all the customer scores that matter are all trending up, right? So we're on a really, really positive trajectory as a brand, not just in how we're talking about it, right? But the actual experience that customers have with our, gold board and not waiting in line and making the process much smoother. We're really, really focused on that, and it's exciting to be able to tout those improvements as we make them.
Yeah, it's great. I haven't driven a car in like.
I was going to say, I was actually going to do a little aside to you after this. That
let's just do it. Let's just do it now.
Yeah, let's do it now. We're spending a lot of freaking money on Ubers.
Yeah,
So
to say the
we need-
not to
I'm-
say
I
the
said it.
word.
I'm sorry.
You said the word.
I'm saying we should start
Not a bad
renting a
word.
car.
We're big partners with Uber.
Oh,
They're
okay,
our
good.
partners.
Oh, great.
We're good.
No, then we're good.
We're good.
Hey,
Rent
you
a
never
car.
know. I don't know who.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard, Brian, to understand who the ops are, like
Yeah.
who each brand's ops
never
are. So
know.
I do feel like I almost don't even want to say any other name of a brand in front of a CMO.
Well, I
like
think that
yourself.
we can tell the truth. We're spending a lot of money on like Ubers, Lifts, whatever. Like
Yeah.
we should start renting a car when we go and travel for business.
That hurts. I'm whipping that thing around.
I mean, look, it's situational. Like when should you use an Uber and when should you rent a car?
Yeah.
It needs to make sense, right?
We got
And
all this
ultimately,
equipment. We got all
Yeah,
this equipment and stuff that we're
all the
lugging around.
things. Yeah, all the things, right? And if you're, on a week-long trip and you need to be bouncing around, like it probably doesn't make sense to Uber, right? But if you are, it's situational.
It's everything
You know,
situational.
it's common sense. It's ultimately like what works best for you in your situation. And when you need to rent a car, like we're the ones that want to be there and make sure that you choose us because, again, we provide that best experience and we're just a lovable brand.
We're in Boulder right now, or we're in Denver right now, but we're staying in Boulder. We're doing that hop back and forth the next couple of days here, so maybe the Hertz would have been a good call. But I saw you went to Boulder as well.
Oh,
I am a Buffalo, a very, very proud Buffalo. So I'm very jealous that you guys are in Denver and Boulder.
Yeah.
Anything,
One of my
I need a
favorite
cold
cities.
brew. I would love a
The
cold brew recommendation if you indulge.
So the downside is I haven't been back to Boulder in like 5 years. So like half my places and my stomping grounds are changed. So I'm the worst in terms of giving you recommendations,
That's okay.
other than Boulder is the greatest city in the world.
No, that's fair. Well, all right. Well, fine, Brian. Whatever.
Go to a Rockies game. Are the Rockies in town in Denver?
They might be. They might be.
Rockies
That
game.
feels like something you got to do. Yeah, I mean, it
Go
makes
hike the
sense.
Flatiron Mountains. Just saying, there's things you got to do.
There's a lot to
you gotta
do.
do.
There is a lot to do. Where are you based out of?
We're in Atlanta.
Oh,
So
okay.
our headquarters are in Florida, in Estero, Florida, outside of Naples, and then we have a big office in Atlanta now.
Nice. Atlanta, ATL makes sense. Big hub, big airplane hub.
Yeah.
Airports,
Yeah.
they're there.
Proud.
They're there.
Oh yeah, it's the biggest airport. It's got to be.
It's got to be. It's got to be, right? Is
You
it?
know,
Yeah,
the Denver airport is bigger than Manhattan.
What?
I saw a fact. Is
That's
that true?
not true. What are
It's
you
like
talking
of like
the whole
thing,
territory?
The whole territory.
I mean,
I trust you, man. I don't know Denver
I saw it on a
Airport.
ChatGPT question I asked him for fun facts of Denver.
that's
Well,
incredible.
there's the big white pretend mountains for the DIA airport, which is
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you.
There's like conspiracies. Google
Yeah,
that.
that's
yeah.
a whole thing.
Oh, the
Yeah,
horse.
check
Yeah.
that
Oh
out.
yes,
Looking
Denver
at-
Airport is
it's
bigger
larger.
than Manhattan
That's
by
what I said.
land area, not
at that.
population, but by land area.
Not by population.
Wait, Brian, I wanted to ask about this. Were you able to talk with Mr. Herbstreit? Were you able to interact with him at all, or for anyone from the team? What was it like working with Kirk?
They are the nicest, most genuine people I've met, and especially with how popular they are. We actually filmed at his house, which
Nice.
is incredibly gracious. Fun story. They have 4 golden retrievers. They're all boys. He has 4 sons. So it's a very, very dude-heavy household. So it's but they're incredibly genuine and great to work with. They're as excited about this as we are. This all started because we sent him a kind of a welcome kit with the Gold Squad vest and the Gold Squad bandana, and said, "Hey, man, we would love to work with Peter. We think this could be really cool." And they've just been a joy to work with the entire process, and incredibly helpful, and it's a partnership. We're excited about this. We want to make this an ongoing thing where Peter's Golden Picks becomes something serious on social and people follow it and get excited about it, and we're going to do our damnedest to make it fun and interesting and relevant for folks.
I think it makes sense. I think it's not. It's just a deeper partnership than just doing a one-time thing. And I think like at this point, it's a cash burn if you're going into it with like, if you guys were just like, let's do this quick spot with Kirk Herbstreit and his dog, and it'll be like a cool commercial that we'll do.
Yep.
And that was it. I think that just doesn't really work.
No, 100% agree. So we wanted to make it an ongoing thing, and look, picking games is like such a phenomenon, right?
Yeah.
And so I think this is an ability where it just checked all the boxes and ticked and tied, right? Like we're leaning into the golden concept. He's got a very popular golden retriever that goes to a different city every week and is traveling every week. to an audience that fits
Right.
what we're trying to get into, right? Like college football fans, that segment is massive and really fits with the rental car audience. So it's just, again, it was just the perfect partnership, and I'm glad that we're here and we're excited to share it with the world finally.
Love it.
I think that they're also like this is my brain, but the last thing I'll say, people will probably feel pretty good about the fact of watching something where it's like making picks for a game that isn't sponsored by a prediction market.
Oh, for sure.
Where you don't, it's not like shoved down your throat.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a gambling angle.
Yeah.
It's just simply like, it's so much more
take.
wholesome.
Say the take again. That was good.
It's a good take. I think that people will enjoy the Hertz campaign because it won't be tied to a prediction market. It's just Kirk Herbstreit's dog Peter making picks,
Yeah.
but it won't be presented by Polymarket.
I love it, Jack.
Yeah.
Flip that.
That's how you do it. Brian Canning, thank you so much for joining the show. CMO of Hertz, congratulations on the campaign. Excited to see you. Let's see if Peter can go on a heater in this college football season.
It's going to be good. I appreciate you guys having me. The show is awesome. Again, I really appreciate you guys having me on, and keep doing this thing. It's great.
Thank you so much,
If
Brian.
you need anything, let us know.
Yeah, if you need anything, let us know.
All right, I need all the things. So.
Okay, perfect. We'll be in touch. There it is, confirmed on Breaking and Entering. Brian, if you need anything, let us know. And he said he needs all the things.
Ryan
Received.
Canning, CMO of Hertz, new friend of the program.
Oh, hold on. New friend of the oh, wait, say that again.
New friend of the program.
Gino, that's the show. What a show. Oh, electric. I mean,
Thank yous in order. Thank
Thank
you
you.
to Cactus for having us here. This is a
100%.
beautiful space.
the live audience was
Live
just
audience.
electrifying.
You crushed it, Jack. You did a great job.
Thanks so much. So did you, Gino. So did JR, and so did Ellie, producers back there. And thank you to Tatari. Presented by Tatari. And thank you to IAB Creator Fronts. Go check them out, Gino. September 15th in New York City. It's free.
It's free.
Creator Fronts. It's free.
Come on, you got to show up there. And thank you to Tracksuit, the exclusive data partner of the Breaking Entering show. I think we got a data story coming up tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're going to be talking about Cutwater.
Uh-oh.
What's going on with Cutwater?
I'll tell you what's going on with Cutwater right now. High alcohol percentage.
That's right.
High
And we
ABV.
found that out the hard way last weekend, Gino. So that is going to be the show tomorrow. Tune back in because we'll be at Work in Progress.
That's right.
The Boulder Agency live once again. We're here in Denver. Excited for the rest of the day. Excited for tomorrow. And excited for everyone. If you missed the show, to rewind, watch the whole thing
Yeah,
back.
and go check out Cactus. Go
Give him a
Google
look.
Cactus. Come on. Give
Give
him
him
a look.
Give him a look.
Give him a look.
Give him
Give
a
him a little
look.
call
Give him a
up.
look.
You're a
Give him a
brand.
call.
Give him a call.
That's right.
Give him a call.
Give him a call.
Tell him Breaking Entering sent you.
Give him a call. Give him a call. Give him Macaulay Culkin. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you.